So now onto the bonus round with Michael Knowles. He did a video titled "Protest Fails, Superglued Their Head to a Painting", and in this there were lots of protesters doing very silly things, trying to vandalise priceless art, but it was the last part of his video that annoyed me. It was coverage of a protest in Lisbon, Portugal by the group Extinction Rebellion, and of course the protesters were British. They just turn up in Portugal to annoy the locals. I looked into it and it seems that the group were there because Lisbon was where a UN conference on protecting the oceans was being held, and the woman in the video comes out with a claim that in her lifetime 50% of ocean life has died.
That's kind of funny.
If they fail to act, we're going to lose our chance. We're going to lose our chance. All life on Earth will lose its chance, like these dead merfolk that we have here that represent sea life that's died. Since I was born, 50% of ocean life has died.
And in response, Michael Knowles says,
"Everybody dies, lady. Good grief."
And he doesn't bother to fact check and find out if the claim was true. He wasn't concerned as to why this is the case if it is true. What the hell was that? Such a blasé attitude, and what a position to take. How can someone be so nonchalant about whole species facing extinction because of human action? Michael Knowles is supposed to be a conservative. No? What is he interested in conserving? Because it certainly doesn't seem to be the environment, and sadly there does seem to be some credence to the lady's claims according to this article in Scientific American, in which the World Wildlife Fund is claiming from their studies that the amount of fish in the oceans has halved since 1970, in a plunge to the brink of collapse caused by overfishing and other threats. Populations of some commercial fish stocks, such as the group including tuna, mackerel and bonito, had fallen by almost 75% worldwide, according to the study by the WWF and the Zoological Society of London. Populations of fish, marine mammals, birds and reptiles had fallen 49% between 1970 and 2012. For fish alone, the decline was 50% worldwide. This report suggests that billions of animals have been lost from the world's oceans in my lifetime alone, Ken Norris, Director of Science at the ZSL, said in a statement. This is a terrible and dangerous legacy to leave to our grandchildren. Damage to coral reefs and mangroves, which are nurseries for many fish, add to problems led by overfishing. Other threats include coastal development, pollution and climate change, which is raising temperatures and making waters more acidic. The study said the world's fishing fleets were too big and supported by subsidies totalling $14 to $35 billion a year. Around the world, overfishing and pollution are devastating marine life to a frankly unsustainable level. I would have thought sustainable fishing was a no-brainer at this point. But instead, more than 90 species of marine fishes in Europe's waters alone are threatened with extinction, according to a report published by the International Union for the Conservation of Nature. The main threat to them is overfishing. Studies show 90% of marine species are at risk of extinction by 2100 if greenhouse gas emissions are not curbed. Rivers of pollutions flow into the ocean every day, with little sign of slowing down. Marine animals and birds now regularly eat plastic, and so do humans. It's estimated that by 2050 there could be more plastic in the sea than fish. I can understand some people may be struggling with climate science. It's a complicated topic, but this is nowhere near as esoteric. This is just counting fish. I know he's a Christian, but I wouldn't be counting on Jesus coming back and making some new ones with a side of bread for you. Now, Michael Knowles has 2 kids, 2 young sons. Let's hope pollution doesn't do them in. But if it does, Michael Knowles can always turn to his wife and say,
"Everybody dies, lady. Good grief."